Rich Dad cash flow game. How do you play the Rich Dad cash flow game? Well, ultimately you need to win the Rich Dad cash flow game. How do you do that? There's two ways you can win the Rich Dad cash flow game. You, at the beginning of the game, you pick a dream, which is these purple squares here out on this thing called the fast track. You pick a dream. So one way you can win the Rich Dad cash flow game is to land on your dream and purchase it. Another way you can win the Rich Dad cash flow game is to make a certain amount of money once you get out here into the fast track. So both ways that you can win the cash flow game are in the fast track. But how do you get to the fast track? Well, you start out in the rat race. And in order to get into the fast track, you need to make more passive income than you have of monthly expenses. How do you do that? You do that by acquiring assets that give you income. This is a financial statement. One of the beauties of this game is learning about a financial statement. If you are going to win a game, it would probably help to keep score. This is where the financial game, this is where you keep score of the financial game. So you've got your income, your expenses, your assets, your liabilities, and overall how they correlate to each other. So that is how you get out of the rat race, is by getting this passive income number higher than your monthly expenses. And this is all changing and dynamic throughout the course of the game. And as I mentioned, we need to pick a dream, these purple parts, out in the fast track. I'm going with stock market for the kids. That's one I normally go with. So I'm going with it. And in this particular game, I am a business manager. This is how much I make per, I guess, maybe month. And then after expenses are taken out, this is how much I get in my paycheck, or I guess per month, however it plays out. And this is how much cash I have on hand right now. I personally started playing this game probably around, I don't know if it was 2005 or 2006, before there was an online version that I knew about. I was playing the desktop version of this game. So even though when I play this, I still I guess I can't do that. Yeah, I was talking too much. See, I was about to buy $1,000 worth of stock when I only have 400. Oh boy. So there's certain ways that a certain way that I play the game, even though I look for better ways. I use this game is like a mirror to look at how I make decisions, how fast I make decisions, how slow I make decisions. Does the speed of my decision-making process change due to different variables? And what sort of there's different assets, and another thing that happens here is these blue places here. These are market cards, and sometimes you get good market cards and sometimes you get bad market cards. And are there bad market cards correlating with certain type of assets? And so what are the risks and liabilities of certain assets, and what are the potential advantages to different type of assets? And there's really a lot that even after all this time, like at this time for me, I have to kind of look a little deeper into playing the game to find more, self-reflective wisdom for myself, because the sort of low-hanging fruit that I can learn on my own, I believe I've got already. Now I just got downsized. This is one spot right here where two potential bad spots on this board. One here or one here. You can have up to 3 babies, so it increases your monthly expenses. And interestingly, though, people react very negatively when they land on here. But wow, I hear some real justifications and rationalizations when people have kids in real life. So downsized is like let's say you have a global health pandemic and they close down the job you're working at. That's kind of like downsized. You get fired, you get laid off, whatever the case may be. There's also another bad card, which is the doodad, this doodad spot where you're just going to spend money. Another time I hear people really moan, but in real life, I don't hear them moaning when they go out and buy a new phone or buy a new car or buy a new TV. So it's interesting how I notice that people have a very big disconnect between the way they live their life and the way they play this game. So one of the things that I try to do is I try to bring the way I live my life and the way I play this game into harmony to help myself achieve the the financial statement that I know is possible of myself. So that's enough lecture on this game. I think that's enough lecture. Maybe I'll get into some more lecture later. I don't know. At this point, I'm just gonna play. Okay, so I get my 3-turn skip because there's no one else here. Oh, one point I wanted to make is I was talking about the low-hanging fruit of wisdom that I can gain on my own. And what I mean by on my own is that if I was with a group of people, maybe someone could point out things. Maybe I would see someone else playing a way that I wasn't aware of, or the interaction between me and playing with other people and the conversation. Maybe I would see something from a different point of view. You know, in your car, when you're driving, if you ever drive a car, there's in the side mirrors there's something called a blind spot, whereas a certain part you can't see. And we all have blind spots in life. And oftentimes it takes someone from the outside to point out our blind spot. Now, people have a variety of different ways of dealing with that type of information of the blind spot. I'm just going all in the debt here. And there's a lot of different ways. Like, some people, if they really trust the person that's pointing out the blind spot, then they're very receptive to it. Oh man, I'm just going up here. Other people, they're just gonna ignore the blind spot. They will continue to remain blind of the blind spot, even when it's being pointed out. They'll argue it, they'll defend it, they'll justify it, they'll rationalize it, they'll do everything but change to improve. And it's just, I guess, I don't know why we could psychoanalyze all these different character aspects of why someone might do that. Okay for you, company flounders. Okay for you, man, I just lost half my shares. But you know, that's how it goes. So one of the risks, when I was talking about liabilities and risk of certain assets, I never, when I play the tabletop game, I never get downsized this much. So I think it's okay though. Playing the online game has really caused me to be much more cognizant of having 1 month. I'm not doing it in this game, but overall having 1 month of living expenses here just in case. And as I start like approaching over here, then I'm starting to realize like, oh man, what if I land on it? I really, if I land on it, okay, but what I don't like doing is borrowing money, because ultimately right now I have a loan of $7,000. Several loans are totaling $7,000, so I'm paying $700 a month to service that debt. And I know I'm going off on a bunch of tangents here. And okay, I could sell that and quickly pay off some stuff, or I could wait. Basically, let's just pass and get something else. Now, sometimes I like to take these little bumps. Look at that again, man. It's another one. Okay, for you. Oh, that was at 10. And a little more. So what's the point of all this stuff? Lost my track, my train of thinking. Oh yeah, so depending on your personality, you might have to work a little harder at look at that rare gold coin. Boom! I got, oh, okay. That's what's going on. I didn't notice that. I'm really loaded up on stock. Probably going to hold off on buying stock, but I might buy some more if some good opportunity comes up. What I tend to do is at the beginning of the game, I'll load up on these capital gains assets that have no ability to cash flow. And then sooner or later, I start gathering assets that have the ability to cash flow and can capital gains. So as I load up on those, I start limiting my exposure to the capital gains only type of assets. MYT for you. Could sell that and gonna make like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 somewhere in there. Could pay off this loan. Just buy a little more. I don't want to buy that much more. I don't want to buy that much more. So depending on your personality is going to determine. Your personality is going to determine onto you. I bought it at $10. Shares on. Got a $5 here. Yeah, just buy a little more. I don't know why I thought I wasn't going to be buying any more stock. Well, obviously I am. So yeah, your personality is really what is going to determine how much you can gain out of this game and in what amount of time. It's really all on you. Your level of resistance to change, your level of resisting doing new things and stopping old things, your level of resistance to indirectly admitting that you are wrong. As humans, we have a difficult time of, okay, whatever it is, I'm selling it. $40 and just sell it, doesn't matter. That's it? What am I selling here? I just said whatever I'm selling doesn't matter. Okay, I guess it's this 40. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Perfect. Why don't I just give myself a guarantee of increasing my cash flow by $700. Repay this loan right here. So as humans, we tend to have a difficult time admitting that we were wrong. And for some people, even though it's just a kind of weird thing, for some people to change, to do something different, or to stop doing an old pattern and to start doing a new one, or to stop doing one and not do anything new, or to just do something new, whatever it might be. Some people, they will resist that because indirectly to them that means somehow that they were wrong, that they weren't right, that whatever they were doing in the past was wrong. And then a person could have such a strong need to be right, or a need to avoid being wrong, that they just are unwilling to do things that are actually in their best interest, because somehow they perceive it as admitting that they were wrong. It's a little bit weird. Now, sometimes what happens is when I get a big chunk of change like this, that sometimes that's the beginning of the end of the rat race, because now I'll just go into big deals. That's not anything exciting. That is not anything exciting. That's a big down pay for it. Not much there. That's like kind of taking all my money. I'm gonna pass on that because I know there's something a little bit better, and it's not paying $50 to go to a ball game. Okay. I know there's a big deal that's, and it's not having new sunglasses. That's not it either. Bam, it's something like that, right? Same down pay, significantly different cash flow. That's what I'm talking about. Almost doubled. Instead of 800, it was 1,500. 100 shy of double. But now, see, when I'm back to $15,000 in cash, I'll probably stick with the small deals. Even though big deals are 6,000 and more, you notice like 2 big deals in a row, I needed 50,000. So what's the point at 18,000 of pulling up a big deal card? I mean, sometimes you can get something, but there's some pretty good deals in the small deals too that are just more in that price range. So yeah, it's you. It's all on you. And if you notice yourself pointing out things about this game, saying like, oh, you know, well, I wish this about the game, I wish that about the game, that's an indication. That is an indication that see, sometimes that happens. If you notice yourself doing that, pointing out things about this game, saying like, whatever you're pointing out about the game, that's you. And what I would suggest is if you notice yourself doing that, immediately stop it and look inside. And instead of projecting outside into the game, start figuring out what it is what lesson it is that you are avoiding. What is it that you are what is it about yourself that you don't want to look at inside? Because the game, you could have 100 people play this game, and you could have, let's say, 50 of them think the game is great, and you could have 50 of them not think that. And like I think the game is great. I realize that the game, yes, is ending for me. The game is ending for me. The game is there to teach you whatever lessons you need to learn about yourself. This game is really about education, to draw out, to bring it out, bring whatever's inside of you out. Sometimes that's not a comfortable process. And so you know, there's a Time magazine interview with Robert Kiyosaki, and on this YouTube channel, it's in a playlist of, I think it's called like Robert Kiyosaki Wisdom. It's I think the second one, but he talks about some people should just get a job. Some people don't have it. So most people are wimps. Bad word. Cowards. They don't have it. So if you don't have the ability to look inside yourself and take accountability for your thinking, if you only have the ability to project out into the outside world, this game, it should be this way, my boss, this person, that person, da 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 da. All I can say is I'm glad I'm not you. That's all I can say. I don't know what to say for you. I don't know what to say besides don't do that anymore. Other than that, I don't know. I feel empathy for you if you're stuck in that. Anyways, I got what did I win this game? Yeah. Buy it. Come on. Okay. Quit the game. Okay, so my friends, you can play this game for free. Go to richdad.com. Set up yourself a free account. You can play for free, and there's all types of education at Rich Dad. If you want to see what I'm up to, go to iofsuccess.com, to this unflashy website at the moment. Enter your information in here. You can get 3 stocks that I sell cash secured put options on, and if you don't know how to sell cash secured put options, there's a link in the PDF that talks about the 3 different stocks, that not the only 3, but 3 that I sell cash secured put options on, and a link to a video about 20 minutes talking about how to sell cash secured put options, and 3 underused tactics to transform your financial results, which, number 3, I basically learned from the Rich Dad Company with a combination of playing this game, and at one time there was a product. Do I still have it? Not sure if I think I might have donated it to the library, but I used to have this Rich Dad Choose to Be Rich course. And so get those if you're interested in it. And other than that, you guys have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.